So this level in our quest is about knowing who we are. This is the very foundation, the very basis of having a personal impact, is being crystal clear in our own minds about what we stand for, how we operate, what message we're bringing to those around us. So let me just share something which I think you're very, very familiar with. And that is the concept of organizational values, or if you like, company values. And we're all familiar with this. This is how the company, the organization wants us to represent them. And yes, these things are crucial and important for very good reasons in the market. But what is equally important is the ability for you and for I to be very clear on what our personal values may be. Now, personal values are different. This is the standards that I will take with me through my working career, from company to company, from organization to organization. What is it that I personally stand for and have as my values? This is the basis of our personal impact. And just taking some time in this quest to think about that will really cement in your mind what you stand for. And you can have a pride in what you stand for. You can have a sense of purpose in what you and I stand for. So these are three broad areas to think about at this stage. One is the attitudes that I have for how do I see others and life, and how do I see today? How do I see the future? Am I an optimist? Am I naturally cautious? Do I bring reserve and consideration to the party, or do I bring optimism and a desire to move to the future? What is it that I bring? How do I see other people? Do I see them as positively good people who occasionally make mistakes, or do I see them as difficult people to be able to persuade to my point of view? What is my attitude to life and life at work? Now, this is private. This is just for us, of course. The next bit is not so private. We start to consider, look, how are others seeing me? In terms of my listening, do they see me as a listener? Do they see me as somebody asking good questions? See me as somebody negotiating an agreed output rather than imposing my own view? And finally, what standards have I got for my work? Like, how do I run a project? How do I run a meeting? How do I have a conversation? How do I actually negotiate? How do I build relationships? How do I build my network? These are processes that we apply to our own standards. Now, of course, these aren't for description to other people, but it's very, very clear to us in our minds about our personal views on our attitudes, our behaviors that we wish to be seen for, and our standards. Of course, in that sentence that I've just put up in italics there, it summarizes with this: I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And we said to ourselves, look, I'm not perfect, but that's okay. But I will use my energy to live my values. Now, once we've decided that's what I'm going to do at work, I'm going to live out my personal values, that begins to give us a basis of the impact that we're going to have. We have a positive message about ourselves to take to others. So there's some thoughts about the beginning of our personal impact, which is clarity on what we are, clarity on what we stand for.